Look at the camera. And,
tell me the countdown.
Wait, sorry, what's your name?
okay.
We are live now. We are live with Leah Fetter of West Hempstead, New York, from the Shalhevet team. She just went through a riveting final round in front of our judges. Leah, how are you feeling right now after that final round?
I'm feeling great, Baruch Hashem. Couldn't be better.
Okay, fantastic to hear. Tell us a little bit about the project that you did as part of the Shalhevet team.
Okay, so NCSY Jump handed us 3 programs to do, and 3 challenges, and we were allowed to pick 2 of them. The 2 that we picked were Outreach and Tefillah. So for our Outreach program, we partnered with our neighbor, the Temple Hill of North Woodmere, and we ran 3 programs for their Hebrew school kids. The first program we ran, we spoke about Shabbos. The second program we ran, we also spoke about Shabbos. Those were reasons why we celebrate Shabbos, why we keep Shabbos. And then the third program we ran were about Shabbos itself. So let me go into more detail on that. The first
this was all the outreach program, correct?
Yes, this was all outreach.
Well, before you go into detail, tell us a little bit about the second program that you did, broad strokes.
Okay. So the second program that we did was we had a town hall meeting within our school to discuss what our problems were with Tefillah were, why we weren't connecting, and we asked girls to really give us the honest truth. Why don't you connect during Tefillah?
Whoa.
Then we ran a follow-up from that. We had Mrs.
Well, before you do the follow-up, what reasons did they say? I'm going to take the mic. The lapel. I'm being told right now that the lapel mic is not working. So we get to share a mic, which anyways I think is going to build will become a lot closer through this interview. And that's extraordinarily special. So you were just telling us about this prayer program and that town hall meeting that you had on the program. So tell me a little bit about what came out during that town hall meeting. Were there any common themes that the girls had where they said, we know what's bothering us. This is why we find it so difficult to daven. Your mic.
Yeah, sure. So a really big common theme was just we don't know why we're not connecting, but we're not. So we said we have to figure out the problems for why they're not connecting. Another common theme that girls were saying was there aren't Siddurim that we could connect to. Ooh. All we have on our shelves were plain, all Hebrew Ashkenaz Siddurim. What about the Sephardi girls? What about girls who don't speak Hebrew so well? What about girls who never learned what the words of Tefillah mean? Another problem that we had was just an overall problem of boredom and of lack of connection. So once we had those 3 problems, we went deeper. Our jump team went deeper into figuring out how can we fix these problems.
So tell me about each one. How did you address the Siddur problem? Did you just chuck the Siddurim and just kind of throw them all away and just kind of start from scratch, write poetry and talk to one another? Tell me a little bit about how you addressed the Siddur, the boredom problem. I'm taking notes. I'd love to hear your solutions to this.
Chas v'shalom, we would never throw our precious Siddurim away. We definitely had them, but we ordered more. So what we did was we ordered silicone bracelets that say Midrash Shalhevet Jump on them, and we sold them for $2 a piece to girls in our school. With all the money that we raised from that, which was an overwhelming amount of money, we went on Art School's website, Koren's website, and we ordered Amazon. We ordered all these new Siddurim. We ordered a bunch of Sephardi Siddurim, which the girls really liked. We ordered interlinear Siddurim. We ordered the NCSY new Koren Siddur, which girls went crazy over. We ordered some Tefillah-related books, Praying with Fire, Pathway to Prayer, Touched by Prayer, and we revamped our shelves. Originally, our shelf was just one shelf with all Hebrew Siddurim. Now we have that one shelf, but we also have a shelf of all Koren Siddurim. Wow. We also have a shelf of interlinear Siddurim.
Okay, we're wrapping up now, and this has been an added joy. Sharing a mic together with Leah has been really, really special. Tell me in 20 seconds or less, what is the one lesson you learned in this kind of entrepreneurial social competition that your one takeaway from the jump experience that you'd want to share with our live audience?
I'd have to say to you and to all the teenagers watching, anyone can do anything. I might have been thinking, I'm just a senior in high school, what could I do? I happen to go to a very small school, but the impact that you can make is really amazing. I impacted these Hebrew school children. I impacted the girls in my school. I impacted my friends in other schools who use the Siddurim that we created. I think that I really did make a big impact, and that anyone could do anything. Everything that we did, someone else could try and someone else could do, and never say, I'm just a senior in high school, I'm just a freshman in high school, I can't do anything. Everyone can do anything if you just put your mind to it.
Wow. You heard it here first from Leah. Anyone can do anything except have their own microphone. But this is really, really inspiring. Leah is really an all-star. It's such a pleasure and a privilege to have you here, and I wish you a tremendous amount of success in everything that you do in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Am I still live right now? We cannot do an interview with one mic, FYI.
Stop complaining.
It's gonna be mic jokes.
Let me see.
Is it not on?
Is it what? You can hear it now?
You look great, by the way. You lose like 20 pounds, or you're looking really thin. Oh, you're looking really tight. We're gonna start with that. Here with Rabbi Polikoff, looking extraordinarily tight. He's been doing some core.
It's coming in.
I should sit here?
Ask Alex if he can hear it.
Doing an interview with one mic
I think
is
the
not.
first question to ask is, every DRS guy's got a really nice tie on.
That's more of a function of the 5 towns than DRS, my friends.
So?
Big time.
We're just moving along to the interview.
Okay,
Are we live right now?
You are live
Is
right
this
now. That mic is still not working.
really? We're live? Okay, we're live. Okay.
This is
I'm
great.
sorry.
This is great. That kiss you just witnessed was from Rick Magder, a dear friend, working the cameras over here. He's a wonderful partner to what we are doing here in Jump, and we want to thank him so much for making this live feed work out so perfectly, minus the extra camera microphone. And a shout out to his son Akiva. We are here now with Rabbi Polikoff, who was the coach of the DRS Jump team. Rabbi Polikoff, tell us a little bit. You just went through a riveting final round. Tell us a little bit about what was the DRS project. Give us a broad overview about what DRS did.
Thank you, Rabbi Shefkin. DRS really worked on a couple of different projects. When it came to Tefillah, the main projects were creating a weekly newsletter where the students on the DRS Jump team, as well as other students in the school, some of the Rebbeim in the school would write articles about Tefillah, trying to enlighten people's experience of Tefillah. They also arranged a Yom Iyun on President's Day at the Young Israel of Woodmere with 3 speakers and over 100 participants, which was really a great success. And finally, they also helped to kickstart a 19 for 19 project Elevate in DRS, where each of the 19 shiurim presented a short video about a bracha of Shmona Esrei to try to gain a little bit of a deeper insight into Shmona Esrei for all of the boys in the school.
Well, that sounds amazing. Were there any standout short films in this DRS Short Film Festival on the Brachos of Shemona Esrei that stand out? I think I remember I saw some of them online. Really, really powerful messages there. Are there any videos that stand out in particular that you remember that you could share with us?
Definitely. I have to give a shout out to my shir. My shir, I think, did a great job preparing. We were the first bracha of the bracha of Avos. And in particular, I think Rabbi Farber's shir, the most recent one on Slach Lanu, really, they did a fantastic job.
It's a graphic video. Really makes you think about life after that one. Very powerful. Very powerful. So, you're the coach of a jump team. Tell us a little bit. I mean, you have these high school students. They're here to do this entrepreneurial project. How do you, as a coach, make sure that these teens end up executing anything? Are you doing all the work?
That's a great question. So really, I really take a very background approach to this. I tell the guys at the beginning of the year, when they join the team, that I'm there to guide them, I'm there to mentor them, I'm there to facilitate, to troubleshoot, of course, but I really want them to be executing everything. And in fact, they really step up to the plate in an incredible way. And everything from start to finish, whether it was the publication, the Avodah Shabalev, whether it was the Yom Iyun, arranging the speakers and getting the food, even like basic details like that, being in touch with the shul, and the Kiruv program which they ran. Everything was really 100% them. Occasionally, you know, I was there to facilitate. I would participate in all the meetings, trying to brainstorm, trying to come up with ideas. But in the end of the day, it was really all them.
You heard it here from Rabbi Polikoff. Really amazing work from the DRS team. Obviously, I'm an alum of the of DRS Yeshiva High School. I'm also an alum with Rabbi Polikoff in Ner Yisroel, so we go back a long ways, and it's amazing to see all the incredible work that you're doing here. Yasher Koach.
Thank you.
Are we live? Okay, great. We're going to work on that second mic in the meantime. What?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're related to the elder Rabbi Polikoff?
Yes, my son. Yeah.
I remember from years ago.
Oh yeah? What's your name?
Magda.
Oh, okay.
That's my brother. His wedding in Ricky here. Had his wedding in the shul years ago.
Daniele was the
Is your brother the one?
Ricky's the other.
Is your nephew?
Second mic.
Ah, very nice.
Whatever, from years ago. You remember Rabbi Rose from the
Yeah, sure.
Gary lived in Grace.
Thank you very much. What can I do to make your life take a bus. You're good. Take a bus.
That's what we're doing?
That's where we're up to. Okay.
Am I on camera now? Rabbi Shostak? Danielle. Both from the Montreal. I asked some pretty hard-hitting questions. So
Okay.
Get ready.
I'm stressed.
There's no camera. What?
I don't really know what to say. And that's why you guys are the jump finalists. So very well done to all of you. Really good job. We are about to welcome in the judges. I had to drag them away from their lunch and their deliberations. When I went in to ask them how they're doing, they told me they needed another 2 hours, so Montreal are going to miss it. They're going to be back in here momentarily. I just want to make some announcements about what's happening as soon as the judges have finished explaining their reasoning and making the announcement of the winner. Following the announcement of the winner, the first thing we'll do immediately after is invite the winning team to come to the front with the judges for a picture, which Josh will take. Josh is around somewhere and he'll do that. And as soon as that's happening, we'll probably have to say a quick goodbye to Montreal in the middle of all of that. And then we are going to, you see the mechitzas lining the wall over there. We're going to set up the room for a mincha so that we could have a mincha here. And then we will wish you all a fond farewell, winner or not winner. Okay? So that's really what's happening. In the next few minutes, we're going to welcome the judges back in and we're going to immediately run to that part of the program. We're then going to do the photograph of the winning team. Then we're going to set the room up for mincha. We'll daven mincha, and then we'll be on our way. So we're keeping it tight. We're keeping it good. And you guys have done an outstanding job. For those of you who have not sent us every ounce of details that you could, for example, how to download your app or any of the other stats that you have, I really would love for you to send it to us because we're going to put it all on the Jump website. And that way you'll get even more continued publicity beyond the program, beyond the competition, because like we said, it's not about winning, it's about Well, whatever it is. Beautiful. Very, very well. So we're going to have the judges who are just arriving now. Perfect timing. We're going to have the announcement, a weighted announcement, and then we're going to have a photo, a reset for mincha, and a farewell. So everybody get ready, and we'll invite the chair judge to make the announcement as they come in. So here we go. We're anxiously awaiting everyone's arrival. I can see the nerves on everyone's faces as you turn and see who's coming into the room next. You guys have done an outstanding, outstanding job. By the way, we've been live streaming. People have been following. People have been watching your presentations. They're really, really, really outstanding presentations. And so especially for the people who are watching live, we really want to make sure that we get your app out there. We want to make sure that we get your stats out there. We want to make sure if you're doing another Yom Yom, we want to get it out there. Everything that you're doing can continue to grow. So other projects have lasted beyond the JUMP program. We want to make sure that that can happen here as well. So nearly there. They're going to be right in. Here we go. Okay. All right. So who did we say is making our announcements? Okay, excellent. So we'll invite you up in a minute. We're just bringing in our final two judges, and then we'll begin. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor, and I'm very excited to find out just as much as you are, to invite Phil Rosen to come up here and tell us about the deliberations of the judges, find out who we're going to present this JUMP trophy to, and make a winning announcement. So thank you very much. I know Phil has the voice of all the judges. I hope he's not going to go rogue on us, but he's going with the voice of all the judges. They're going to make sure that you're sticking to script. Okay, so you don't need your mic. You can use this one here. You're good to go. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to do it because Montreal has a plane to catch. We're going to do this relatively quickly. So it was difficult. All of the teams did unbelievably well, and you all presented us with presentations that we'd never seen before. I say this every year, but I don't know whether it's my getting older or you guys getting better, but every single year the presentations are better and better, and I've done this from the beginning. So it's great. Keep going. A lot of you are sophomores, juniors, freshmen even. We'd love to see you continue. So I'll get straight to the conclusion. The conclusion is that DRS has won. And let me explaining why. There's a ton of reasons, but the big one is that you presented us with a picture of so many different challenges and solutions that you put together in all sorts of ways. And you know, you could look through your little booklet to see each and every one of them, but everyone was thought through and has an enormous appeal and outreach. Whether it's the Parsha connections, which are in every shul, at least every shul that I could possibly go to in the 5 towns, but I'm sure they're, as you said, in shuls all over. The community-wide learning event, which I thought was terrific, although I did think that the Charlie Harari thing was pretty impressive on your part, only because I'm a Charlie Harari fan. But there are all sorts of things that you've done that just stood out, and you gave it a lot of effort. You raised a lot of money, and you put a lot to work, and it was very impressive, and congratulations. I just want to say, or we're going to say something about some of the other schools, just because it's important that you know that you all did great jobs, and we want you to hear what stood out. I think I'll just start with the SKA, the app. App is unbelievable, just really great. I downloaded it while you were talking, and I've already used it. I've looked up some questions that I have on my tefillah, so if it works for me, I hope it works for everybody. So who wanted to talk about some of the other schools? Wayne, did you?
Yeah, I can. I just wanted to make mention that what I was really impressed to hear is that a number of schools had the opportunity to actually do a proper evaluation to really understand what the challenges were. And so for me, it was great to see that you'd actually engaged with your peers to ask the questions about what are the challenges they're facing and then to think about what the solutions are to address that. I can't remember which one of the schools too, I wrote it down, but I can't find it now. Just really, it sort of articulated the diversity of the group that they worked with, and it was really important that you had the opportunity to do that, and I think that was great to hear.
Terrific. Yes.
I wanted to commend Hank in particular as we were going through all of the strengths of the different ones for identifying a local synagogue that really had needs and figuring out how to channel the energies of the student group to a place which really needed it. It's the kind of thing that any school could do, using surveys to figure out where the need is and then channeling the energies toward it. I thought that was great.
Thank you. I'm going to stand up so I can talk to you instead of talking to Phil. There are two schools I want to single out for doing something that I think is incredibly important. All of you, as your lives progress, are going to wind up being involved in any number of Jewish organizations. And I think the most important thing that you can learn as leaders is that decisions need to be made based on facts and information and data. We no longer can afford to judge and make determinations, make policy decisions based on anecdote. Two of the schools began their inquiry about the programs they wanted to run by conducting a survey. One was Montreal, and the other was SKA. And I thought that both of them really were exactly on the right track in terms of trying to find out first what the issue was, what the problem was, before they could then craft a solution. It's an enormously important lesson, and I congratulate all of you for thinking in those terms.
I thought you were all super impressive. My comments are to Shalhavet. I thought you did two things that were super impressive. Number one, you went into a Hebrew school local to you to try to inspire the conservative or reform children to learning more, and I thought that your approach was really smart, just going back to the basics of Judaism, and I loved how you did it. And the second thing that I loved that you did was the tefillah program in your school and the way you approached it. I thought it was wonderful. Great job. Paul?
So just one other point is I spoke at the beginning of today about these 4 kids that came over to me, 3 at APAC and one being interviewed for a position in my firm. The one being interviewed for a position is an associate today. He got the position and he's working there. None of the 4 were winners at the jump competition, so it doesn't really affect the rest of your life, except these guys won. So I just want to tell you, you're all very, very impressive, and I'm so excited that you thanked us for taking the time off to do this. I thank you for allowing us to come in and judge you, because it's really an honor for us to meet the future leaders of the Jewish community, and I thank you all. We thank you.
Okay, so Montreal, have a safe trip. Thank you so much. Here's what we're going to do. It's not about winning, but we do have a trophy for you, DRS, which you can proudly display in your school. I'm going to invite the DRS team to come to the front. We're going to take your picture, and then we'd love to have a picture with them and the judges together. And then we're going to daven mincha, because it's all about tefillah as well over here. So I'm going to move this out the way. You guys are going to grab that. Beautiful. I'm glad you took it. Josh, you ready? I didn't know who to put it to, so I'm going to send it to you. I have it, and we're going to get it engraved, and we're going to send it to everyone. Like a Zoe Black. We good? Who's in the stuff? Gabby's brother? You can't get it. Okay, so now we're going to put the chairs in front of the judges.
We don't have to sit, we could stand up.
I don't know if it will fit in the shot. Do I stand in the background?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, if the judges want to take seats in front of a winning team, you guys agree? Excellent. Perfect.
Here we go.
One for the arrest. Fantastic, you guys. Well done. Okay, very well done. Let's walk around and applause for the judges. Thank you so much. Okay, in true jump fashion, no instructions. We need to make a pizza. We need to make a shawl. Off you go. Let's go. Let's get it done. Yeah, DRS. Come on outside.
Thank you, that was great.
Always a pleasure. Yes. I always tell Serena, I'm like, I owe it to you. It's one of the few.
Yes, we will be standing. Alright, come on out, guys.
With D-Bash.
We're all going to be standing here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, former DRS. Wizard of D-Bash. DRS alumni.
You guys can also go on his other side.
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's fixed, though, because he's smart.
Coach?
We don't have a coach. I don't have a coach.
What?
We're self-taught.
Coach Polikoff.
Self-taught.
Can one more if you go over here? Just squeeze in. We're not going to get you.
Yeah, cool. Button up.
Yeah, he's got the handheld. Devin has the handheld.
I don't want to squish D-Day.
Okay, are you ready?
This is a picture or someone's calling it?
Which one?
Are we live? Yeah.
Okay.
Rachel, you're killing this game right now. You're killing a live video game. We are here right now with amazing breaking news. The winning team, the DRS team, just won the award for Best Jump Team and also Sharpest Ties worn by high schoolers. Really, really classy. How are you all feeling right now?
Amazing.
Really, really amazing?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you concerned coming in? Did you feel like you knew that you were going to win today?
I think we all knew, but
It's it's a timid bunch right now. Now, let me ask you a little bit. How did you divide up the activities on this team? There's so many of you. How did you make sure everybody had a role? Did you have different roles? Who assigned everybody roles in all of this?
So at the
beginning of the year, we actually kind of dished out roles. We split it up between Kiriv and Tefillah, so a bunch of guys were set to do Kiriv, and a bunch of guys were set to do Tefillah. As the year progressed, and we kind of got down to crunch time in the last month or so, everybody started doing everything. Everybody kind of took each other's jobs. If someone couldn't finish a job, somebody else would pick it up for him. And I think that's really what led to our success. We were really a team. It was not an individual effort. Everybody came together and got the job done. I think that's the most important thing. And if there's one lesson that people can learn from our team, it's that teamwork makes the dream work. And we got it done. Yeah, thank God.
Now, I obviously am a DRS alumnus myself, so it's really a special joy to have you here. This is my question. Aside from Rabbi Polikoff, who obviously is the coach and the staff leader of the team, if you had to draft one Rebbe onto your jump team, who would that Rebbe be in DRS? Who are you going for? Let's start all the way from the back over here. Who would your pick be? One Rebbe on the DRS faculty. Who are you going with?
Maybe Rabbi Kamenetsky, I guess.
Rabbi Kamenetsky, great choice.
I'm going to go with Rabbi Willig, and I'll tell you why.
I have no doubt you'll tell me why.
Yeah. Okay, so Rabbi Willig probably, if I was in his shoe right now, I probably wouldn't be allowed to come here. And I think that's something very important about Rabbi Willig. He values time. He values Torah, and he values time.
That's what jump's all about.
I think it's about making good use of your time. And I think if there's one thing we could learn from our beloved Rabbi Willig, it's that Bittul Zman is not good, and you just gotta make good use of your time.
Speaking of Bittul Zman, pass that mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I think we had Project Elevate, so one of the recent videos was Rabbi Farber's here. I think Rabbi Farber...
Oh, Nathan, if he's watching,
I think he would be
Yeah.
I think he'd be a great...
He'd be a good member, because what does the jump team need?
We need
that type of
energy, fun.
Wow. Well, okay, I don't know if we're going to have so much time for all these. It's time for Mincha right now. We're going to have to cut it short. Why don't you just get one word? What's the one word you would describe that you need to be successful in jump team? One word.
Achdus. Achdus.
Okay, different word. DRS kids don't learn. Yeah.
Teamwork. Money.
That was mine.
Inspiration.
I also have money.
Passion.
Passion. You heard it here first from the DRS winning jump team. Round of applause. Thank you all so much. It's Geschmack to be a Yid. Signing out for Jump 2018.
I'm taking my time this morning, guys. I have a lot to think about. I feel like we should live stream it. We need to live stream it.
Nice.
Yeah, does that count as a minion?